Good.
Okay, so back to the show. We have in studio also Paula Petix from East Cap Mortgage. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
You comfortable here?
I'm very comfortable.
Oh, good. You look good. You look comfortable.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Earlier you did not. I just wanted to make.
Okay, good.
But you look relaxed now. Thank you.
Now, me and Paula go back a ways. She actually refinanced my house last year. And we got her in here because we want to talk about getting people financed, what type of stuff you need to get financed, first-time homebuyer seminar, what type of documentation. You know, I mean, there's a whole process there. And, you know, some of the loans, I'm just like, these realtors talk to me and it's just like, yeah, you can get into FHA, conventional, blah, blah. And once they start talking like that, my mind just goes, woo-wee.
I think most people do black out. They kind of shut down because they don't understand it.
I mean, you're going to have to tell us the different types of loans that are out there.
Well, they're FHA, conventional, Sunny Mae. FHA is a little more forgiving, and you don't need.
Is that a government? Is that a government?
It is.
Okay.
It is. 3.5% down of your own funds. The rest can come in gift, seller concessions.
Got it.
So that's probably for first-time home buyers.
Is the best thing is an FHA.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. There's also Sunny Mae, which is New York State backed. And that is
Sunny
for
Mae
first-time.
That's a first-time home. Okay.
First-time home buyers. They also help with closing costs. There's a closing cost assistance program. You only need 1% of your own funds. Is it still like 10% norm
to close? You said 3.25 on an FHA?
Yeah, I mean, once the taxes in Rochester, obviously, there are people paying more in taxes a month than there are in their mortgage.
Right.
So
True.
that has to be figured into their debt ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what they can
you
afford.
get some of those. I put these ads into the property source and I look at the taxes. I mean, there was one big house that had like $35,000 a year in taxes.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
good Lord. And people who
Yeah.
move, Rochester is a great place to live. It truly is. It's a great place to raise your family. We have affordable housing. We truly do. When people come from other states, they're truly amazed at Rochester, but they're also amazed at the taxes.
Right.
Well, if they're coming from down south, they don't realize that all the services needed to clear roads, the garbage, and everything gets piled into those taxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't have that down there. I mean, that's why it's cheaper. You don't have to plow roads and.
I just might have to interject and add to the fact that some of these homes have gone up in value tremendously in other cities in the South. And so they're not really that great of a bargain if you're talking about comparing apples and oranges. You know what I mean? The taxes may be cheap still down there, but the houses
is
the roof.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
even
it kind of weighs itself.
For example, somebody said to me in California, somebody lived in Southern California a couple weeks ago, and he says to me, "You pay $7,000. How much is your house worth?" I said, "That's worth about a quarter of $250,000." I said, "The taxes are about $7,200 a year." He goes, "Oh my goodness, you guys are getting robbed." I says, "What is your tax rate?" He said, "About 1% of the value of the house." Okay, so my house in California would be $900,000, maybe $1.2 million. So then I'd have to pay $10,000 a year in taxes, and so really, it was almost like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
right.
Right. There's definitely not an apple for apple comparison there.
You can't do it.
No.
Yeah, but the affordability is the pricing here is great in terms of purchase price. It's
Absolutely.
nice.
Wasn't there a thing on the news about this area being the most affordable and? They said this area in Buffalo too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? We're 4 in the country, number 4 or 6 in the country
For affordability.
For affordability.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that article or not.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
a nice place to raise a family too.
we have stuff here. We have the University of Rochester, which is a great employer.
Biggest employer,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And we
have Property Source, which is soon to be the
biggest employer.
Second biggest employer.
Not after you fire me. Sorry.
So we, Wegmans and articles in the paper all the time about, Xerox and Kodak just, not treading water anymore. They're up and coming. So I think this area, once we can get the employment in Rochester
stabilized, yeah.
I think we're going to have it's going to be big here.
Well, we didn't get the big swings like we did.
We did not.
There
was
Vegas and
correct.
California. So I mean, it was pretty flat, but I mean, it was slow.
Right.
I mean, you can't deny that.
I think this area has never been very volatile. I mean, over the last 30 years, you could look back in history and see the volatility in other real estate markets, but not here.
Correct.
It's been pretty
Yeah.
stable.
All right, looking back at your loans, you got conventional. I mean, we got off on this tangent.
Conventional, you need 10% down.
10% down in
Okay.
conventional.
Yes.
And what are the, so, I mean, if you got an FHA and a conventional, is it like different credit scores that can slam you into these things?
Yes, credit score is important. Savings is important.
Job, if you got to,
Well,
you got to show you got to have a job.
You definitely have to have a job.
Where the down payment?
Unfortunately,
A paper trail for the down payment.
huge paper trail for the
Yeah.
down payment. Yeah, I mean, they
You know, it's funny because when we refinanced,
Yeah.
Paulette was at my house 6 times. She goes, well, I need this now.
Oh boy, you were a problem client.
No, he
No, I
wasn't
mean,
actually, because
just kidding.
the problem is the process now is much different than it was even a year and a half ago.
Oh.
With the banking industry,
They want to see,
they are
Yeah.
definitely crossing all their T's and dotting all their I's. They want to make
lowercase
sure.
J's.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just.
So can we do anything fraudulent, Paulette? I mean, can we?
Absolutely not.
No, we can't
No.
do. Can we just? You
can't.
just write me a mortgage on a fictitious
You
address.
know,
I can't do that.
That's why the prisons
All
are
right.
full, kids.
Okay.
Right
That's
there.
right. That's right.
I'm a white collar kind of
People
guy.
like you. Yeah, no, there's, it's pretty cut and dry now. The banks are asking for more than they ever did for documentation, and and that's my job. My job is to make sure that you know that
No.
going into it. And I stress to people, I'm probably going to ask you for things that you're just going to look at me and say, "Are you kidding me?" And it's true. I will.
Okay.
I will ask for.
Waist
No, I got to
size.
ask you something
Sometimes
here.
you're firstborn.
The tax credit, and you're getting probably slammed a lot more applications as we get closer to this deadline here. I mean, are you going to have enough time to get these things closed by June 30th?
Well, you have to close by June 30th. We're
it seems
we're
like
looking for cooperation. I mean, it's really
So
got to
make sure
be.
you have everything in order, right? When
Yeah, when
Okay,
an
so-
applicant comes into my office now, or I meet them, I'm giving them a list prior to our meeting.
And here's what we need.
This is what we need, and by the way, this is what I need to start. And the bank will ask me to
more.
get more as we go on. So
So-
just be prepared. And if I can circumvent,
Yeah.
knowing what the bank is actually going to look for, I will. I
Yeah.
will ask you. I might ask you for a lot more than you actually really need.
Yeah.
So just because
So
we
I mean,
need
there's
to close
this
by
is
the
a big
30th.
process. You need. I mean, let's recap it. You need to show ID,
Okay, you need your driver's
I mean,
license. You need
driver's
bank
license,
statements. You need
bank statements.
employment verification, W-2s for the past 2 years, a month pay stubs. If you
And that's the starting point right there that gets the ball rolling. And
Yeah.
then the bank's going to come back because your loans are through third party.
third
You're
party
not
lenders. We
you're
are
not
not
a
a bank.
banker. You're
You're
not a
not a bank. We're a broker.
So you shop around and
I-
find the best thing for the person that you're dealing with.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That's what we do.
Okay.